So now I'll show the global class creation. Before the class, we need interface, right? First, we need to declare interface, then we need to push into the class. So I'm just creating global class, a global interface. Both can be created in SE24. SE24 is the class builder. Okay, here I wanted to create. So we should start with Z, and first letter should be IF. Here I'm just writing. You can take MM, just creating MM related activities. So I'm just creating one interface, create. Material management module, I'm just creating, consider. Wanted to display in the package and just transport. Yeah, now you can see here, same tabs we got. This is interface. This is not the class, this is the interface. Okay. So interface inside, we can call interface also. First, you can create one interface. You can extract that interface into another interface. And that interface you can call in the class. It's not only two, you can create multiple levels of interface. Then final interface you can call into the class. All the interface developments will come to the class and finally. Okay, I'm not going to use this. Attributes means to declare the variables like be date. Okay, so level we have to select here. MB date is a variable. Level it is instant or static variable you have to define. In programmatically how we define class hyphen is the instant. Only data is a instant. Only data is a instant. Class hyphen is a class hyphen data is a static. Constants also we can declare. I'll create static variable. What is the type? Date, right? SPST data. That is the data element. You can see here ABAP system. Till current date of application. It's a attributes means it's a variables. Come to the methods. So what we need to do in this method, I'm going to create a method like material. Materials. Level. I'll create a static method. Okay. With material information. So here in this case, we should have some button for implementation. Now we don't have this button because implementation is not possible in the interface. Only definition is possible. Okay, and here we have parameters, importing, exporting parameters. I'll write here material. Material type you can write empty at. Here type of the material, type of the parameter you can see. Importing, exporting, returning, changing. Exception, here it is there. You can see this symbol next to methods. Okay, it's an importing parameter. I'm creating material type empty at. I'll use that material type. Okay, we just save, check, activate. So interface is implemented successfully. Activate. What is there in the interface? One method. Method name is get material and one attribute which is MB date. Okay, two things we declare. Now go back. Implementation is not possible. This is the interface. Interface is done. Now I'm creating class. So when you create the class, we have to write ZCL. Otherwise, it will ask the pop-up. If I write here something like this and if I click on create, it will ask either class or interface. It will ask the pop-up what you are going to create. System will not understand. Okay, if I cancel again, if I start with CL, it will not ask that pop-up. It will directly go to the class. It's already exist. Someone might create it. I just deleted that. Now I'll create. I can see directly it is coming to class. You can see that the previous pop-up is not coming. Here I'm just writing material management. We can declare the class public, protected, private. This I'll let you know in next session. As of now, we are creating public class. Classes also different. Test classes. Now we are using normal classes. Exceptional class also we have. That is for only exception purpose we are using. Exception thing we are not yet discussed now. Remaining is not discussed. Final also I'll tell you later. As of now, I'm removing this. Fine. If you select this final, you will not able to inherit the class. We did the inheritance, right? Let me show in the local program first. You'll get clarity on C38. We create the previous program. I'll open this. So what we are doing here in C2 definition, inheriting from C1. C1 is a public class actually here. If you are not mentioning, it's a public. Okay, I just add public also, both are same. Here what I'm doing, I'm adding final keyword. Okay, if you see here, if I check, see, you can only define public class within the global class. Okay, this will remove, this will understand later. Now you can see the final class C1 cannot have any subclass. Cannot have any subclass means inheritance is not possible. Okay, final will work like that. Then why we need final means, if you decided that you should not inheritance like subclass C2 or C3, C4, when you do continuous inheritance, after C4 you don't want to inheritance, then you can restrict that using final keyword. Or in global class, we should use checkbox. Now we are creating first class only. Remove this. Create the class. Save the package and transport. It's an object, na? Jet means it's object. Different object. Now see, we don't have any methods. If you go attributes, we don't have any attributes. But I'm going to call that previous interface which we created ZIF MM. Once you click on enter, you can see it is updated material management. If you go in attributes, you can see MB date is populated with interface name, interface negotiation variable. Methods also you can see interface negotiation method. It's auto populated. It's not non-editable because we are calling this interface. Automatically it will be loaded. All will be always public section only. We can't change the visibility here. By default, it will come public interface things, because in interface we don't have sections. Always will come public and static both. Now if you want to change this visibility, then we need to go alias. Here you can see both are coming, get material MB date. We can change here. We have this get material. I can write it as a get at. Here we can change the visible alias. I'll let you know at the time of program. I can change to protected or private. Okay, I'm just showing with option, but I'll go with public only. MB date, I'll write simply date. Protected alias. Okay. So as of now, interface we loaded. Now I can write our own methods also here. Get material description. Okay. So here levels means I can declare as the instant methods. Visibility I can use as a public, protected, private, any of the visibility. We have sections, right? I'm declaring public section. Uncheck, activate. See, we have these many things are generated. We need to activate everything all together. It's activated. Okay. Now see, methods can be tested individually. Get materials. What is the import parameter for this guys? IMATNR. Do we have code for these two methods? We don't have any code. We are not yet implemented. If you see, now we have this code option, source code. Previously in interface, we don't have. Now we have this option. We need to implement this first. Select this. What is the parameter, import parameter, I_MATNR. If you click on signature, you can able to see the parameter. In the parameter, this square option is there. Before square, we can say arrow mark is showing importing. If there is an arrow mark after this icon, that will be exporting. Okay. If it is showing both side arrow mark, that is a changing parameter. If it is showing outside with the reverse arrow mark, that is the returning parameter. Now we have one import parameter. We have to write the logic within this method. Did you see this method and end method in our program? We can see we have method and end method. We don't have this class and end class, but we saw this already, end method, end method. This is the implementation part. You can see the method name here. Okay, this is the interface method. That is the way it is coming. Negotiation symbol. Interface name, negotiation with method. Now I have to write the logic. Select, start from Mara into table IT underscore Mara, where empty ART equals to I underscore empty ART. Okay, so I'm going to display this. We can also write here, or we can also display. And so this is the logic. IT underscore Mara also I'll display. I'll write it in as exporting parameter. So to write that export parameter, you can say IT Mara is unknown, IT MEAT unknown. Okay. IT Mara we need to declare here. IT Mara type table of Mara. I'll display here only data. Look at IT underscore Mara type table of into work area Mara. We can display right work area Mara MATNR. Similar to classical report, we can write MTRT. Only two fields I'm displaying. Okay. Finally, we have to clear work area. Work area Mara also we have to declare. Work area Mara type Mara. We have to write here chain operator. No errors, activate. Okay. So we implement. If you go back, we have to implement get material description. Select star from MAKT into table IT MAKT, where MATNR equal to I underscore MATNR. Do we have I underscore MATNR here? We don't have any parameters. We have to define those. Okay. Or if you see, if you declare this, I just click on save. I'll go back once. An interface. In this get material, we can declare one more parameters, IT underscore Mara, as an exporting parameter. For this IT underscore Mara, we can directly define global class. By that, you can understand how to declare global variables also. So I'm just declaring here global attribute IT underscore Mara. Here, static public TT underscore Mara. I should declare always with table type. TT Mara is not unknown. Okay, we'll check what is the table type for Mara table. Here we can check Mara table. We don't know the table types. We can search it for here. We'll get all this option. Where is the list? Just remove everything. We wanted only table type. Select and check. We'll get all these table types. We can copy. Yeah, Mara underscore TT. The table type is reverse. Why we need to use table type means here we don't have type table of keyword. Is here type table of is not there. That is why we are using type with table type. This we already discussed initially. If there is no type table of, we can use type keyword with a table type. What is table type inside? Line type with table only already, Mara table. Table type having Mara table only. Okay. Just save and activate. Now you can say underscore Mara is unknown. Where it is unknown? Okay, here it is unknown. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'll not use where condition. For all entries, we'll use for all entries of IT Mara, where MATNR equals to IT underscore Mara hyphen MATNR. IT MAKT we have to declare. IT MAKT type table of MAKT. Make it type, make it. Yes. Now we can define if it is size about C equals to 0, we'll do loop at IT underscore MAKT into MAKT. Writing real time scenario. Write work area MAKT hyphen MATNR work area underscore MAKT hyphen SPRAS work area MAKT hyphen MAKTX. What are all these? What is MATNR? It's a material. SPRS is a language. MAKTX is a material description. Yes. Already wrote in previous report this fields. We have to write. It is throwing some error because we open the loop, we close. But before loop, what we open? We open if, but we didn't write end if. See, incorrect nesting means we didn't properly close everything. Okay, if end if. Okay. Then activate. Okay. So we don't have any import parameter for this method, but still we have importing. How we got this importing? Because we declare this ITMR as a globally, we can use in any method, right? We declare in these attributes. If you declare in the attributes, you can use anywhere. Even if for this MB date, not MB date, we have another method. Get material, I'll go here, get material. I'll remove this ITMR because we already declare as a global. Now it is working because this is already declared as a globally. When you fill the data, this will fill as a globally, and that internal table you can use anywhere in the class. Understood, guys? How we declare this interface, how we create the class and methods. Now, if see, we can execute this method individually. If I execute, you can see we have two methods. Methods are not coming, attributes is coming. Here we don't have any import export parameters. And for this method, we don't have any parameters. Not able to execute individually. Now we'll see this class, how it is generated, similar to local class. Okay, if we click on the source code base, we can see the class. This is a local program normally, local class. If you go through each and every keyword, you see class. This is a class name, definition, public section. You forgot about this. This is public, create public. This is the additional keyword we added now. So public section, protector section, private section. We didn't declare anything private section. That is why this is empty. Protected, we declare a date with alias name. Sorry, protected also we don't have nothing. We declare alias date with this name. Aliases also we can create. Okay. So and public section we created we call this interface, and we created alias for get mat of get material. We call this ITMR as a global variable with Mara TT method get material description we added with no parameters. When it comes to the implementation, we have a get material description with this code, and one more method get material with interface method with this code. Method open, close method, end class. Is there any difference between defining the local class and global class? It is same keywords, but class name is changed. Okay, we'll go to the form base. So global class also we can see, or you create the local class, come to here, go to source code base, we just paste it, change the name, automatically it will convert everything to global class. How to execute this? We should execute this through program only. Okay, I'll go to this SE38. We have to create the program now. Okay, Execute. Now we don't need to define the class implement. We don't need to do. We can directly call the method by creating the object. The standard page heading. You can write start of selection, data, elbow object, type ref2 zcl underscore mm. Create object, elbow object. We didn't declare any constructors as of now. I'm creating call method. Elbow object, single arrow mark. Which method we can call? We'll call get material method. Okay. We have import parameter now. Is that I underscore MTIRT. We'll write FERT as a default. We don't need to write any code now. Are you guys able to see this? Okay, 1 second. We have to write here break in the code. It was not defined. That is the way it is. How many fields we are displaying here?
2.
2 fields, yes. If you execute this report now, you can see we declare the class object declaration object created. We are calling the method. Which method? Get materials. What is the import parameters here? Get materials ITMTIRT. This is importing. When it comes to here exporting, I'm just calling that method. It's here material type. FERT we fixed now. We are passing that only, right, as import parameter. Only materials related to finished product FERT we are reading only those. So that is why everywhere second column is FERT. We have 4,000 entries in that MARA table. You can see all these are displayed. Understood, guys? How to call this global class now? I can also call method using alias name get mat. Where we define this alias thing? Because normally alias is created for interface purpose only. Because your interface name, suppose method name having 20 characters, interface name is 20 characters, that method name becomes 40 characters. So that time you can write very short like this. Let's see. Now this is how many characters we have: 3, 5, 7, 8, 7, 10, and the total 19 characters. So because of that, we have issue here 19 characters, but when it comes to here, it's 7 characters. This is the alias name. We can directly call with alias name. So I'm just activating and execute. We'll get the same output. Understood the alias usage now? So this will be the difficult for developers in few projects because few of the developers are not aware alias concept. So what they are struggling, if they saw this, by seeing this, will you able to decide this is the interface method? You will not understand. If there is a negotiation, we can understand easily it's an interface method. But here we don't have a negotiation. We'll always keeping searching here. They will forget about this interface one. This is not the method. They will always keep on searching for remaining methods. And they are telling to the seniors, there is no this method. This method is not available. This method is not available. This is wrong coding. This is not the class. They are saying some different reasons. If they are aware of alias, if the method is not part of this, they have to check in the alias with the same name. Okay. How to call the second method? What is second method here? Get materials. You don't need to write this kind of code also. We can also call method directly. Okay. So you can see I'll call the method I'll call again. We can go to the patterns. ABAP object patterns. Click on continue. We'll get one more pop-up here. Class name we have to go. What is the class name? ZCLMM. Go methods. If you click on F4, automatically all methods will be loaded. We have only 2 methods. You can see get material list. If you select this, click on continue. You can see here it is called. And you need to write simply FPRT, similar to function model. This is calling from class. If it's a static, if you wanted to call as an object, you have to do the same thing. Here we have to write object. Additionally, if you call with, till it is calling. Yeah, we have to call. This is instant creation. You can remove this. It's not called. We can create with object also. I'm just trying for that. Okay, it is asking field required, please. Okay, which is already created. So we have to create object. Class Z, CL, and then okay, object creation we can. Okay, so method we should call with this pattern. We have to mention call method. Class name we should mention. The interface one. Normal methods it will call. You can try that. FERT. Okay, that we already tried here. I'll call next method. This next method get material description. My material is called. Yes, so we are calling this directly. We don't have any import export parameters. We are using IT Mara for input and we exit. Okay, here also we didn't add slash. If we go to the code, we need to add the slash. How many columns we are displaying? We are displaying 3 columns. How many materials we are reading? We are passing IT Mara here, but we are not passing anything because we are calling single method. So when you call single method, only IT Mara. IT Mara here is nothing. We declare as a global, but we are not filling anywhere. When we are not filling anywhere and you are using IT Mara here, material, it will consider all materials, 18,000 materials. It is considered from Mara table. And 18,000 materials equal to here means it will read all the languages. We are not specifying the language also here. If you write only English language, SPRAS equals to English. It will display only English. I'll go back and I can execute. I can see we got all the languages. SPR is equal to EN. I'll try with EN. E is the background value of English language. But we got all these languages here. Let's try for this time. Still it is reading for all the languages. Okay, because here we are not specifying the materials. If we specify the materials, So that will work. If you wanted to specify the materials, okay, that approach will change. Because first of all, we have to fill this IT Mara. Example, here only we have to write. Select star from Mara into table IT Mara, where MATNR, MTRT, anything you can write. MTRT equals to FERT. I'm just hard coding. So we can write to 10 rows. Example purpose I'm just writing. Okay, if size above equals to 0, then only we have to display. If there is a 10 entries for finished product, then now we are filling IT Mara. Based on IT Mara, 10 entries with English language. So only it should cut. It should display only 10 entries or 9 or 8 entries if language is not there. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10 entries you can see. Because previously IT Mara is not there, internal table. If IT Mara is not there, it will consider all the materials. Only when you use for all entries, so prerequisite is SAP should be initialized and IT Mara also should be initialized. Then only next it should call next select query. That is the interview questions. Okay, what is the prerequisites to use for all entries? The prerequisites previous internal table should be initialized. Initialize means each node initial. If some data is there, then only we should use. If there is no data, it will consider all the materials here. All the materials means for 17,000 we have material. All 17,000 will consider 17,000 with all the languages. That is why it took too much of performance last time. Okay. Understood global concept, yes. So global interface, global class creation.